Okay, my loves. So we've just had a little check-in. We've got people joining from Ohio, Germany, Bosnia, London, British Columbia, Ireland, Netherlands, Scotland. I mean, seriously, this is just amazing. From LA. Oh, I didn't see that actually going. Wow. Welcome, welcome. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to be here. Oh my God. I mean, I've had really textbook births for my two babies in this lifetime, but the birth of this program I want to share with you and this live has just been like I was calling this lady called Michaela who might be able to be here live with us, but I was going, yeah, it's because she was asking me. I was like, yeah, it's going to be Tuesday, no, maybe Wednesday, make that Friday, possibly Sunday. Okay, it's Tuesday. So here we are. We're not on the eve of Beltane, but for me, Beltane is a season. It's this frisky season. I've just been given this for my birthday a couple of weeks ago by my beautiful Indian sister-in-law. It's the season of color, the season of brightness, the season of aliveness and juiciness. And so often we can kind of just be so caught up in the overwhelm that we don't actually stop to just tune in to this magic. You just have to sit outside for a moment and you hear the birds and you feel the sun on your skin, and it's like, oh, I remember, this is what we do. We re-emerge and we come into full flow with this beautiful fertility, this virile energy that we can feel pulsing through nature. So we have a plan. The plan is I'm going to guide you. Is anyone here new? Has anyone here not done a voice of the womb with me? Just put new, right? New in the chat if you're here for the very first time. And if you're on the replay, welcome. If you're new, I'll just give you a little kind of overview so you know where we're going. Oh, you're all old timers. I love it. You've come back for more. So yeah, and I'm also sorry about the tech thing. I mean, seriously, so I got it all perfectly. And there was just one little button that I hadn't switched. And so some old form came up. So like 60 people signed up, and I was like, oh my God, they've signed up for the wrong thing. Okay, Stacey, you're new. Welcome, my love. Welcome. I hope you're in for a treat. So these gatherings are really positioned around these Celtic festivals, the wheel of the year. Nancy, welcome. They're positioned to be able to allow us to every 6 weeks look at this energetic of the seasons of the cycle, through spring, summer, autumn, winter, and just pulse in with where we're at, what we've sort of journeyed through, what's been there for us, what's been the struggle, what have we been carrying, what are we letting go of, and what seeds are we planting, what are we sort of bringing through between now and the next portal that's in 6 weeks time. So the next portal now in the northern hemisphere is the summer solstice. So this is a peak, full bloom, full ovulation part of the year. So, and it can be super chaotic and lush and delicious, but we're just birthing towards that. So they're really beautiful opportunities. If you know me and my work, I work with the archetypes of maiden, mother, queen, and crone. I'm a womb shaman. People call me the womb whisperer because of what happens in their lives, in their wombs, and the connection to their womb when they start to work with me. And I'm really passionate, having lived off grid, through the seasons, and having spent my whole life, up until the birth of my children. So I was, on the cusp of 40, and about to, I didn't know it then, head into perimenopause, lived so cut off from my feminine power, from my womb, and so in denial of the seasons. I would jump ship every Christmas or around, the winter rather, and go to Argentina or India, go to exotic places and get my fill of light, and come back for the summer in the UK, and then go off again. And it was a real, I guess, journey of discovering that I was afraid of and avoiding, that yin that we have in the seasons, and that stillness and the dark within my soul within my sort of, her story. So it was a big initiation through menopause and through living off grid through the seasons that really allowed me to just, day by day, these micro changes in the light. We were off grid, so we had, very crappy batteries and solar panels back in those days. And, it'd be like, save that, or we can use a cool box because it's now cold enough, and that's our fridge. And we haven't got enough, solar panels to power up the little fridge. I'm saying fridge, it was like a box that you might put in a caravan if you went off camping. But yeah, I was breastfeeding the babies, chopping the wood, doing all the thing, and very much in my masculine. And so this journey of moving through the seasons and apprenticing with Sarah and Azra, who wrote the book Womb Awakening, they're great friends of mine, journeying with my womb and in Shaktifying everything in my life, suddenly kind of got this juicy Shakti energy. And starting to really come home to the softness within of the feminine that I'd seen before as, I guess, the qualities that I thought were feminine were conditioned. I was conditioned to think of them as lazy or not needed or not valued or a bit of an indulgence. So yeah, it's been a huge journey. So I want to impart some of this deliciousness to you. So an overview of where we're going. We've got an hour together. What we'll do is I'm going to share with you the maps, and we've got the final version of the beautiful Wheel of the Year. I've got 3 beautiful maps that were created by a friend, Cara Roxanne, and they're about to go to print. I've literally received the last one. She was on holiday and there was a big blot on one of them. I only just noticed before it got printed. So they will be available. I will let you know on emails. And yeah, so basically I'm going to show you these maps, and then we'll create some sacred space, and then I will journey you through the 9 sacred portals of the womb. It won't be an in-depth journey where we're chanting into each of the portals and going quite so deep, but it will be a journey into the womb. You'll journey into the earth womb, the cosmic womb, through the womb garden, and then it's an opportunity for you to see yourself as the gardener. So you get to really see, we'll be working with a sacred intention. You'll get to see which part of your womb is feeling a little bit dry and barren, is feeling a little bit tangled up with weeds, what needs tending. You'll have an opportunity to weave some magic there, and then I'll guide you to the center of your womb, play a beautiful track from the Sacred Sounds of the Womb. I'll play the Mother Lover track, which aligns with the G-spot, the juiciness, the wild sensuality, and then I'll bring you around at the end. So you'll be in quite a lunar consciousness probably at the end. We'll regather. I'll bring you round, but you may want to just drift off. If you're near bedtime, you may want to just go to sleep, or you're watching us on the replay. There'll be a recording, so if you feel like I just zoned out, I didn't get on earth what she said, I will send you the replay tomorrow. So I want to share with you, I am so excited. So I'm someone who, your birthing codes are kind of like how you birth things. And I guess I could see this as, even though the birth of Tay and Willow, they were wild birthed in a yurt, no assistance, in my sort of late 30s. They were beautiful births, but I was quite late to the party of motherhood. I really had sort of spent a lot of time just doing so much self-work, journeying, and avoidance of that responsibility, really, and hadn't found the right love match for myself to steward these beautiful souls through. So I can see that there's a pattern there of being a bit late to the party, but basically things for me that are really powerful that I've birthed, and I could say that about my children, but they're things that have sort of taken time. They haven't just been a kind of off the cuff. So the apprenticeship, for example, I did my 5 years apprenticing with Sarah and Azra, Womb Awakening, went through a kind of cataclysmic menopause stroke, leaving the kids' dad with the kids, breakup, refinding myself in Devon. And, it took a long time to really work through what I now understand was a big witch wound. There was avoidance and procrastination and self-sabotage and distractions and imposter syndrome and fear of judgment, all the things about actually putting my work out there. Now I'm much better at just doing it and trusting in the medicine. But it took a good 4 years before I birthed this apprenticeship. I sort of announced it, I sort of journeyed with it, I wove with it, but it took 4 years to birth. Okay, so the apprenticeship is my kind of like mastermind high ticket journey, and it's a foundational year. Then there's 2 optional years beyond that where you can become a womb guide, train to become a womb guide, be held as you receive this training, and then go on to become a quantum womb healer. So it's a beautiful sisterhood, and it's really supported. And we've currently, I think, got about 6 women supporting 8 women who are journeying with the apprenticeship. So it's pretty profound. There are others who've come back who are reweaving. It's that kind of thing. People get the medicine deeper the second time round. And so for the rest of my audience, there's been this quite big gap. There've been these free offerings that I've done, or there's a quick thing you could buy, or there's a workshop, or there's a womb clearing, but there's been quite a gap. And for example, the other sort of high ticket container that I have is my my one-to-one, and that's currently just under £9,000. So you have me in your back pocket. It's phenomenal. The transformation that sisters have got from this is really amazing. But what I've done, drum roll, what I've done, and I could see that I had started creating this program 2 years ago, May 23. But what I've done is I've taken these 6 signature womb awakening ceremonies from my one-to-one program, and I've put them into a program where you will receive them. You'll be drip fed them every month. You'll get them pre-recorded, beautifully recorded to music. So you'll get a pre-recorded womb awakening ceremony, and I'll show you what they're going to look like. And then also that in that month, you will get a live call with me where we do a slightly deeper version than what we're doing here, a voice of the womb. So we meet almost like every other week. So one week you'll get the ceremony, 2 weeks later you'll get a live with me, a group call. The next you'll get a ceremony, then a live. And in order to kick you off onto this course, onto this program, you get a one-to-one with me to really cement what it is your sacred intention. So this is called Red Threads, this program. And the reason I'm telling you this now is because it's literally, there's a window where it's available half price. It's like a beta launch. It'll be something that anyone could join at any point in the year, but this particular, first launch of it's going to be half price. And I'm gonna show you what it looks like. But basically, what we're working with womb awakening, with feminine embodiment, is the understanding that yes, there's personal stories that I carry, that you carry, that we all carry, that have played out in our lives. They could be around relationships. They could be around your relationship to your beloved, relationships, intimacy. They could be around your relationship to your feminine power, getting your work out there, having your voice heard. They could be around your creativity. They could be around your birthing stories, your pregnancy, fertility stories. They could be around, a witch wound, sort of, actually getting beyond yourself to get your work out there. And what we're going to do is in this program, it's called Red Threads. We're going to focus on one particular piece of your jigsaw that you have a heart's longing to land and manifest. So that could be your calling in a beloved. Maybe you want to get pregnant. Maybe you've got stuff that you want to birth into the world. Michaela, I know you're ready for this. I was just talking about you earlier, saying you've been saying when. So this program is just taking the thing that you're passionate about, the thing that you deeply desire, and holding the fact that most of the blocks that you are experiencing are not personal. They come from this long lineage. And we don't know what our great-great-great-grandmother's, experience was around her menarche, around fertility, around, how she was able to show up as a woman in relationship, in society, what her pregnancies and births were like, what was her journey through menopause, how did she, share her gifts, because they had gifts. They weren't just a wife. And so you know, ultimately we are reweaving these red threads and holding this lineage. And the reason why this has taken so long, I think, is because I have needed to, as with, you know, the apprenticeship, I've needed to go through my own journey. So the reason why I've been really quiet for the last 6 weeks is I have an old history of womb prolapse tendency. So it came in the woods when I'd have a baby on the front, a baby on the back, a barrel of logs. And yeah, I've used Mayan womb massage, lots of different protocols. And the thing that I was using, that I was advised to use by a friend, it was the wrong thing, was what's it called, castor oil pack. So a castor oil pack helps break things down, but it also has this Upanavata in Ayurveda, downward action. So this was making it just so much worse. And I was using it religiously. I'd sleep with the pack on overnight. So for a month, I was feeling lousy. I had no energy. I couldn't lift stuff. All I wanted to do was just lie down and sleep. So I'm sorry if you've emailed me or you've been asking for something. I'm sorry this is late. I'm sorry Red Threads is late. We were going to do it after Ostara, but I've just been on a deep dive down. And what came through was that my great grandmother, my grandmother's mother, she was called Florence. And all I know about her is that she died when she was 35, leaving 6 children. My grandmother was a twin, but she was one of the youngest. She had 4 older brothers. She died when she was 35 of ovarian cancer. And when I've been journeying with her recently in this last month, looking at this, you know, womb prolapse of mine, I've really sort of come to understand that she hadn't been able to forgive herself. So I've been healing that red thread of hers. And perhaps there's a resonance of me not having been able to forgive myself for leaving, you know, the kid's dad and my life there and the land that I tended. I've forgiven myself for leaving the kid's dad, but forgiving myself for not giving them this beautiful, happy family. Thank you, Lexi. Thank you, my love. I'm looking forward to working in your program soon. Anyway, so I just want to quickly show you, don't worry, we have got time. I'm going to just share with you, just so you can get a little juicy vibe of it, because I'm so excited about this. This has been like, you know, yeah, in the pipeline, in the womb cauldron for quite a long time. So what you'll get is this, this program. Okay. And so you get all this juicy stuff. You get it's beautifully curated. This is what I love. I love creating these programs. You get a welcome, how to prepare. It's really beautifully done. And because I've done the apprenticeship, which is a year-long program, and we're in the 3rd year of that, I really know what I'm doing when I'm creating programs that guarantee your transformation. Yeah. So it's not something that's going to sit in your inbox. The live element is really important. You'll get to create a womb altar. So there's a beautiful, you know, if you tap on that, there's a beautiful video that sort of, you know, gives you inspiration there. You'll get to create your womb altar. There's red threads, journaling prompts. You'll meet with me first, and then you'll be able to kind of go, right, this is the thread. This is what my heart is longing for. This is what I want to transform. There's a bit about the 9 sacred portals of the womb. There's video guides here, the seasons of the cycle. There's optional one-to-one vow calls. They're an hour each with my beautiful womb dragon, Kaylee. Then there's all the how-to video guides. So my ceremonies, they're quite kind of, you know, bring a vessel of water, herbs, flowers, cauldron, fire, all that kind of thing. So you'll get to just sort of see what you're making, a vibrational essence, how to do your hand fasting. These are the how-to video guides. And then you'll only see this one when you sign up, but the others will get drip fed every month. But the first one is a hand fasting between you and your womb, between you and your sacred intention. That's the first ceremony. And it's a beautiful healing transmission. You make a vibrational essence so that you can, you know, have that will have all of the power in it. The second one is the seasons of the cycle. You meet the goddess of spring, summer, autumn, winter. You get the medicine from each of those goddesses. You look at the menstrual cycle. You look at where you are in the womanhood timelines. You look at all of that. The third one, this is super powerful. This is an elemental womb vision quest. So you go into the different elements of the womb, and you will work with your earth dragon, fire dragon, air dragon, water dragon. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. I'll share the map so you can see that for those that don't. But you'll look at the shadow that's playing out around why you haven't been in alignment, why you haven't been a vibrational match for that, you know, heart's desire to land in your life, and the gifts that are coming your way. Then you'll do a fire ceremony. So that's quite cathartic. You literally write down what you're doing, for what you want to let go of, what you're not a match for. You burn that in the fire. We shake it through our body, dance. Then you do a calling in. Then there's a womb Ho'oponopono. This is a very beautiful yin waters. You're cleansing your hands, very ritualistic. And then finally, a closing of the bones. There's also, you also get access to all these. So a beautiful ritual, a daily lunar ritual, a sacred blood ritual if you menstruate, offering your blood to the earth. There's yoni steaming. So you can just sort of see in here, you know, there's a yoni steaming meditation, yoni steaming herbs, if that's something you'd like to explore. So there's lots of resources. You've got lifetime access to this. A yoni egg ritual, again, there's a beautiful meditation there. And then just some self-care, beautiful things there. Okay, so after the call, I'm going to put the link. I could actually put it in here now, but I'll put the link on the email that has the replay. Yeah. So I'll just get the link for you quickly. So I just wanted to share that because it literally, we've got a week now, and then I'm off to do retreat things, which are very juicy. So this is for you. Oh, and the price is, let me just put there we go. So, and there's a video I'm just talking about at the beginning. I'm just going to put that here. The price. So it will be $995. And that will be for your 6 months. So my one-to-one is 9,000. This will be 995. You can get it half price. So it's going to be 495 if you pay in full, or 6 payments of £95. That's only until the full moon. So it's only until actually Tuesday will be the cutoff date. If you want to join us on the first cohort, the condition is you write a testimonial that I can use in future materials. But this is going to be like my signature piece. Okay, right. So we've done that bit. I can exhale. And now what I want to share with you is the other maps. Okay, so here we have the very fresh, literally sent to me this evening because the other one had a big blot on it. This is the seasons of the cycle. Sorry, the wheel of the year. I'm going to show you the seasons of the cycle next. So this is the wheel of the year. So you're mostly familiar with the solstices, the equinoxes, and then we have these cross quarters here. So sorry, but the menus, I can't actually navigate it unless I do that. Yeah, okay. So just moving around here. If I do that, is that too far? Yeah, maybe. Hang on. I'll go. Oh no, let's keep it there. Okay, so we've had the equinox of Ostara, the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, and I need a mouse. Come on. There we go. And we're here. This is Beltane. This is the midpoint between Ostara and so the equinox and Litha, the summer solstice. So if you look at this in terms of Gaia's menstrual cycle, this is when she's ovulating, you know, in midsummer, and in the depths of winter around Yule, this is when she's menstruating. So she's just getting primed and fruity here at Beltane. Oh, there's a squiggle in that one too. Oh my God, I'm going to have to send that one back. Honestly, it's been back and forth since last summer on this one. But anyway, we'll get there. Anyway, Cara, bless her. She was doing it in a rush. So you can see the green man is behind, and then you've got the maypole in front, and then the goddess's crown. So Beltane is really this. Bel is like the Celtic goddess, god of the sun, and Tane means fire. So it's a fire ceremony, a fire festival. And it's like the conjugation of the goddess and the green man, this union. So that's obviously symbolized by the phallic, you know, pole, the maypole, and then the ribbons that get woven around. And it's this weaving of nature coming together, and the fertility of this. But Beltane is the festival that heralds the summer. So it's the sort of pure height of spring as it then brings in, it lauds the summer. And at this time, you know, we're feeling fruity. We can feel juicy, you know. Traditionally, you know, the May Queen would be announced on May Day, and the night before, on May Day's Eve, you'd go off into the woods and people would kind of get betrothed and lie with their lover. You know, there's all these beautiful stories of what the folklore of what used to happen. So that's where we are in the calendar. Now I'm just going to show you the seasons of the cycle. So this is turned upside down. So you've got crone here is menstruation, maiden here is pre-ovulation, and mother here is ovulation. Queen is pre-menstruation there. And we are cyclical beings, my loves, you know, and this is so important for us to know that. So when we start to work with, sorry, I'm trying to zoom in. When we, oh, it's not going to let me. When we start to work with these energies of, oh, here we go, of understanding that, you know, when we look at the sort of bigger rhythm of the year, you know, actually, as I was in total denial of, this is not the time to be, you know, going full blast. We need to rebirth ourselves. We need to come into our cave time. We need to rest. And that's true of the day, the cycle of the day. We need sleep. That's true around the lunar cycles. I'm post-menopause, so I use these lunar cycles and I really try and stick to them and allow myself, you know, some grace around this waning moon and then the dark moon, because otherwise I could just keep going. And I'm quite, you know, phosphorus. I kind of get excited and I just keep going, and then have a womb prolapse to tell me how to rest and reset. So in terms of the menstrual cycle, you know, we're here sort of just between that we're on that pre-ovulation as you're coming into ovulation. Ovulation would be midsummer, Litha, but Beltane's sort of around here. And we're cyclical beings, and we shouldn't be in the full bloom of summer in our entire lives or at any point in the day, you know, all throughout the day or the month or the year. We really need to honor these. And there are so many gifts in each of these. Yeah, when we really sort of start to harness them. And it's not just about knowing them, it's about living them, about embodying them. Okay, and then finally, before our journey, I'm going to create with you this, share with you this map, which is the womb map, which was also created by Kara. And this really just shows you the journey that we go on when you work with me. So it's a shamanic journey. So I did all my kind of yoga, crystals, ascended masters, India trip. Then I did the kind of South America running retreats and working out there for years, shamanic stuff. And so I work with a kind of hybrid of these energies, and really sort of, you know, quantum healing is really what's come through with these womb awakening codes. So you've got the swan here in, so this is like the royal road into the womb. You might see, you know, oh, there's the ankh or the Celtic cross, you know, the tree of life. They're all taken from this womb map. So you've got the royal road into the womb here, and you journey through maiden. That's your clitoris and moon petals. And you can say those words. Mother, that's your G spot, your goddess spot, the juiciness. And they all have different qualities. Your queen is your higher yoni. Your crone is your cervix. And then you get into the womb and you've got earth, the beautiful earth womb, the base of your womb. The fire womb is your right ovary. The air womb is the top of your womb. And the water is your left ovary. Then we journey into the center where you have the cosmic womb. And through the cosmic womb, down the ruby stairwell, the ruby cave, the stairwell into your womb garden. So that is where I'm going to journey you now. Okay. So I'm going to play the rest of that track as we create sacred space. You can smudge over your crystal, hold your crystal over your womb as we do the journey. Lie down if you want to make a nest and just chill out. I'm going to play the track and just really allow yourself to get into the zone of really receiving this time for yourself, you know, just tuning in. Where am I at? Am I overwhelmed? Have I been out of the game? Have I, you know, taken on too much? You know, that's often what we do, particularly around this time of year. So let's just get the tune. Here we go. Okay, beautiful. So just getting yourselves comfortable to really receive. This is your time, my loves, to receive. I know so many of you are likely people who hold space for others, who give of yourselves so freely. You sometimes find it hard to find your no and hold those boundaries. And this is a season of busyness and chaos, let alone the solar flares and all the astrology that's been, putting more crazy things in our path. So just inviting you now to take some beautiful, full, deep breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. And then inviting you to take a beautiful deep breath into your third eye, just to stimulate your third eye, the front and the back, so your witch's eye at the back. And as you breathe out, just taking that breath to the corners of your eyes, forming a beautiful triangle. Breathing in again to your third eye. And taking that gaze down to your shoulders, the tips of your shoulders, the outer edges of your shoulders. Beautiful. Breathing in again to your third eye and taking that triangle down to your nipples. So you just feel that beautiful triangle. Bringing your awareness to your breasts, to your nipples. Breathing in again to your third eye. And taking that awareness down to the tips of your hips, each side, forming a beautiful triangle. Breathing in again to your third eye. And breathing all the way down into your right and left ovary, forming a beautiful triangle. And just feel a resonance. Imagine a beautiful song, a strum, a beam of light between your nipples and your ovaries. Feel the juiciness of Beltane, my loves. Breathing in, breathing out. And then one final breath into your heart space. And exhaling all the way down to the earth. And whichever part of you, whether it's your knees or your ankles, is the outer part of your body in touch with the earth, just breathing to that point, forming that triangle. And then visualizing yourself in a beautiful Beltane cosmic egg. And feel this egg lined with glorious crystals. What crystal would you choose to line this egg with? This is your bubble, your space, your sacred space. Take a breath as you feel yourself inside this beautiful womb egg. And then visualizing a little window opening out to the left, and out of that egg streams any of the thoughts, any of the recent struggles, patterns, blocks, difficulties, illnesses, tiredness, any of it just streaming out. Any of those conversations that have been difficult, dynamics that have just drained your energy. Just imagine them all streaming out of this egg. Beautiful. And then closing that window, and the last one's gone, and take a breath. Beautiful. And just feel yourself inside this beautiful cosmic egg. You're about to go on a journey into the garden of your womb. And as you hold yourself, just asking, what sacred intention wishes to be formed and worked with as I journey into my womb today? Just have a little feel into what's ready to be let go of. What have you been struggling with recently? Where have you felt your energies blocked? What's been difficult, tiring? And then just visualizing the opposite end of that spectrum, where everything is resolved, where you feel the vibrancy, the peace, the freedom of everything that your heart desires around your sacred intention has already manifested, is alive for you. And perhaps you could really feel this sacred intention as something you want to work with between now and Litha, between now and the summer solstice. Maybe it's got a longer arc than that. Or maybe you don't need to know the timings, but really just tuning into the sacred intention that you want to work with as you journey into your womb garden today. You may want to take the theme of Beltane. How can you invite more pleasure into your life? How can you embody erotic innocence? Restore that blueprint in your womb. How can you clear the shame, the conditioning, the toxicity, old lovers, relationships, self-talk, body image, anything that goes with that, anything that dampens your fertility codes for all that you are birthing, for how juicy and luscious and sensual you feel. Beautiful. So just holding that sacred intention and then becoming aware again of your hip chalice, your hip bones, your pelvis, your sacrum, holding your precious womb. And inside your womb, visualizing a beautiful rose, a velvet rose, glowing in the darkness. And inside this rose are the seeds of your sacred intention, ready to bloom at exactly the right time when the conditions are right. And you're magnetizing this sacred intention towards you through this beautiful journey where you will experience a communing with your womb, using your womb as a compass, as an oracle, as a voice to trust. Not journeying out through your mind, your head, up and out, but in, deeply in, beloved sister. Breathing into this beautiful rose and visualizing an exquisite vine, a thornless vine that is crimson red, extending down from the base of the rose, down through your cervix, all the way down past your moon petals and down through the seat and the floor, down into the earth. And as this beautiful rose vine merges with the earth, you feel yourself surrounded by the roots of the standing ones, the tree roots that have meaning for you. Beautiful trees, trees from your maiden years, your mother lover years. If you're queen, the queen years too, crone as well. Just feel those trees through their root systems, protecting you, honoring you. They are holding a vision for your sacred intention to manifest. Feel their strength, their love and honoring. Know that you are seen, witnessed and held. And then journeying all the way down, 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 through all the layers of the earth, deep down, 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 into the core of the earth, into Gaia's womb. And her molten rock and lava, her magma, her liquid iron. And feel her pulsing with life force energy as she shapes her surface with Beltane energies of this beautiful fertility. Receive a transmission and an activation. What is her gift to you? Maybe a word, a feeling, a color, an image. And just receive that deeply into your beautiful womb thread. Beautiful. And then draw that beautiful womb thread, that rose vine, all the way up, 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 spiraling up through all the layers of the earth, all the way back up, in through your yoni and into your womb. Receive it, feel it, breathe it in. Feel yourself anchored as a daughter of earth, a child of earth. Beautiful. And then journeying to the top of your womb, the celestial womb, and visualize a beautiful golden beam of light that extends up your spine, out through your crown, all the way up above the ceiling, the roof, above any clouds, the earth's atmosphere, beyond and beyond, beyond the moon, the stars, the sun, beyond this galaxy, beyond this universe, beyond the multiverse, to a band of golden lights. As you travel through the golden lights, you find yourself coming to a beautiful rainbow membrane. You pass through the rainbow membrane and enter an expanse of pure white light. And you feel your source-coded infinity spark coming online, your multi-dimensional beingness. You journey deeper into the white light, to the center of all creation. And now you merge with the liquid black light of the cosmic womb of all creation. Every pulse, a new multiverse is birthed. And you receive from the cosmic mother into the blueprint of your soul, the activation, the transmission that you desire, that you are seeking, that you are longing for right now to manifest all that you need for your heart's desire. Receive this as a transmission. It is yours for the taking. Your energy is the same as the creatrix of all that is. Breathe it in. And then journeying all the way down, spiraling down through time and space, all the way back down, 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 spiraling and spinning, all the way down, in through your crown, down your spine and back inside your womb. Receive it, feel it, breathe it in, take a breath. Beautiful. And then just lightly passing the 9 sacred portals, maiden, your clitoris and moon petals, the softness, sensitivity, innocence, openness. Mother lover, your G-spot, the juiciness, wild sensuality, the confidence. Your queen, your higher yoni, your leadership, your strength, your boundaries, your feminine voice expressed, your cervix, your crone, your feminine magic, your feminine power, transformation and initiation. In through the womb, to the base of your womb, the earth womb, and the gifts of belonging, harmony, abundance, foundations, roots, safety. Activating the right side of your womb, the right ovary, the fire womb, the Shakti, the passion, the desire, the motivation, the solar essence, the sacred masculine. Up to the top of your womb, the air womb, the purity, the conception, the freedom, the expansion, the connection to your angels and guides. Down the left side of your womb to the left ovary, to the water element, the sacred inner feminine, the lunar essence, the allowing, the receiving, the softening, surrendering, the needs, feelings, and intuition. And finally, to the center of your womb, the cosmic womb, where you hold the blueprint of the cosmic womb of all creation within you. The bliss, the divine, the love, the gold frequency, the sacred union within. Breathing into this beautiful cosmic womb within you and visualizing a cosmic rose, aflame with light, each petal shining, multidimensional. And visualize yourself now sitting inside this rose. Here you are home. This is your sacred womanhood temple. And as you look down at your lap, sitting inside this rose, you see a beautiful giant ruby, multifaceted and pulsing with life force energy. One of the facets opens and draws you inside. You stand inside a beautiful ruby cave at the top of a beautiful spiral stairwell. It is lit by candles. Step by step, you journey down, all the way down, spiraling down, passing each candle inside this ruby cave, deeper and deeper. And at the bottom of the spiral stairwell, you stand before a shimmering rainbow doorway. You pass through this doorway and enter the garden of your womb. Beholding the garden of your womb, the light, the season, what is growing, what flowers, trees, colors, bodies of water are there. How does it feel to be in your womb garden? What is composting? What holds the essence of Beltane, the juiciness, the fertility, the blossoming, the full potential. As you move through your womb garden, You are now greeted by a beautiful power animal who comes towards you. There's a deep sense of familiarity as your eyes lock in remembrance. The power animal now guides you to a part of your womb garden that feels a little neglected. This part of your womb garden represents the block that you are currently facing in your life that is stopping you from manifesting your heart's desire. How does it feel to be in this part of your womb garden? What's there? Is it a barren wasteland, a tangle of weeds, a stony wall? And together with your power animal, you set about clearing this part of your womb garden, moving the stones and boulders, pulling up the brambles and weeds. And they move with ease. You are a master gardener of your womb garden. And now your power animal shares with you a beautiful bundle of Beltane womb seeds, magical seeds, silver, gold, and rainbow colored, and you scatter them around this part of your womb garden that was once a barren wasteland. And instantly, magically, new growth appears. What creations form inside this part of your womb garden? What colors? What shapes? Flowers, trees, pathways? How does it feel to be in this part of your womb garden now? What are you open to receiving now? Feel the alignment. This is your creation, your magic, your wonder, your juiciness, your creativity. And now, leaving your power animal to be the guardian of this new growth, you move to the center of your womb garden, where there is a beautiful tree of life, taking in the majestic branches above you, the ancient roots beneath you, and you find a cozy nest of velvet blankets at the foot of the tree, and you rest there. And if you have any questions for your womb, now is your time to access your womb's medicine, your womb's voice. You may receive ideas, inspiration, coded messages, symbols, colors, feelings. They may come through now as I play the track from the sacred sounds of the womb, or perhaps later in your day, maybe in the dream time, over the next 3 days, just communing with your womb. Receive her activations, receive her transmission for this beautiful, bright Beltane. And then just listening to the sacred sounds of the womb, and I'll bring you round. Just breathing, becoming aware of the cool air in your nostrils, the space, the sounds. And just move any part of your body that just needs a little squeeze, a little stretch. As you bring yourself in, you can just spiral over your hips and just move your spine, move your head from side to side, massage your jaw, just bring yourself fully around. Felt like we did a little bit of cosmic womb traveling there. So if you know that you want to just stay in a beautiful sleepy place, please feel free to leave the call. If you want to just share in the chat how that landed for you, maybe what power animal was there, or any words that landed for you around, you know, what you felt was healing. I know mostly quite a Black Panther, Jane. Wow, that's beautiful. We're in quite a little lunar consciousness. Jellyfish. I've never heard someone say jellyfish before. That's wild. Alana, I love that. Amazing. And any feels, anything that came through? So you had a hound, Nancy. Oh, wow. I've got 2 hounds, a leopard, an elephant, Bronwyn. Wow. Beautiful. A white horse, Petra. An ant, Gabby. Oh my goodness. And maybe they have meaning for you, you know, that you can just really feel the medicine of. And any words that sort of, you know, you feel you want to share as to how you're feeling now, did that help you sort of connect to where you're at, where you've been, where you're heading? Just land in your body. You feel the flow, Bronwyn. Beautiful. Need to move off grid and support natural births. Oh my goodness. Hopeful. That sounds amazing. Fully high five you on that journey. Amazing. And so with the red threads, I'm going to send that out to everybody on my email list and be shouting about that for the next few days while it's half price. Hopefully you've got that link there. If you know that's got your name on it and you want to grab the offer and journey with me for 6 months, it's going to be such a beautiful program, a beautiful womb awakening program where I'm just sort of sharing everything to really get you to where you want to be in 6 months with one red thread that you want to work with. So I'll be sharing some more. Does anyone have any questions about that? Because I can just answer the questions here while we're live. If you want to know a little bit more about the logistics or anything else you want to know about that, just raise your hand if you've got a question. Otherwise, I think we are cooked and we're done. Yeah, if anyone's got any questions. My tummy is rumbling. Okay, we're good. All right, my loves. I'm gonna I'll send the link so you can just read about it. There's a little video where I'm kind of just lifting it off the page, but I'm so excited about this one. You know, the apprenticeship is beautiful. It's amazing. I love it so much, but it's a deep commitment, you know, financially, time-wise, all of it. Thank you, Stacey. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for being here. All right, my loves, we will meet again around Litha. I promise you it will be more in the window and a bit more organized, not quite so last minute. Bronwyn says, thank you. Sleep and dream well, everyone. Thanks for being here. Mwah. I love you. You smell delicious. And then thank you. I'm feeling the deep rest, relaxation you spoke about us needing now. Yes, you go and enjoy that. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you, Els. Okay. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thanks, Michaela. We did it at last, honestly. Okay, lots of love. Bye, darlings. Lots of love.